So the Yankees played the Red Sox today. We finished in a 4-4 tie, but it was a good opportunity to see how they could fare against better pitching because it was Max Fried against Walker Buehler today. Yo, shout out to the chat. Yow, my man. Sunil's here. NFE. Stephen B. Peanut is in the building. Let's go. So it was a first chance to see, again, how they fared against better pitching. And I'll get to that. We'll box score up. But first, the Dodgers actually opened up the season today against the Chicago Cubs, who played the home team. They're playing in Tokyo, Japan. The Dodgers did beat them 4-1. Yoshinobu Yamamoto looks like he threw about 5 innings pitched. Gave up 3 hits, 1 run, 4 strikeouts, so not bad. Tanner Scott threw a clean inning for the Stave in the 9th, and Ohtani was 2 for 5 with a double, and that's pretty much that comprised most of the offense there. I would have hit an RBI here and there. Shota Minaga threw for the Cubs. He threw 4 innings pitched, no runs, and had 2 strikeouts. And then one of their relievers, Ben Brown, is a guy that got hit a little bit, 2 innings pitched, and gave up 3 runs. So, and the Cubs only had 3 hits altogether. I think they're going to play the second game in Tokyo as well. The Cubs are the home team. Roki Sasaki looks to be penned to be starting the game too. So against who, I don't know. But that's the Cubs. Dodgers, they open up the season about a week early. And they will go back after, I think, the next game back to spring training for a couple more games before resuming the season. So it's kind of a crazy layout, but that's how it was. Now, Yankees, they finished in a 4-4 tie today with the Red Sox, okay? Max Fried looked good, man. 4 in the 3rd, 2 hits, no runs, 3 strikeouts. He was mixing his stuff. He had a pickoff as well. He looked good. Looked really good. Jeff Hartley got hit a little bit. He's got through an inning in 2/3. Gave up 2 runs or 3 runs. And Colton Brewer gave up a run as well. But other than that, pretty much solid across the board. But it was good to see a couple of guys that we need to hit well against good pitching. Aaron Judge got a double. Okay, Anthony Volpe went 2 for 3 with an RBI driving in Aaron Judge. So the couple guys that we need to see hitting better hit well against good pitching today. So that's a good sign in my opinion for the Yankees. So. And Cody Bellinger was also 1 for 2. He just looks good. He looks like he fits here. You know, and it's gonna really boil down to who's gonna occupy these last 3 spots in the lineup, right? Or in the roster, I should say, in 26. So, and what I did find out today that they are going to be aggressive next week. They're going to be targeting players that are out of options. So expect a trade or 2 next week. I did find that out today. So I got some intel, Yankees. So they will be targeting guys out of options. Now, options is not the same thing as controllable years. Like Oswald Peraza, he has 5 controllable years, but he's out of options, meaning he has to stay up here or he has to be traded or released. Those are the only things that the Yankees have available to them. The same is going to apply to other teams as well. So they can pick up a guy that doesn't have options but has multiple controllable years who will be a better fit, in their opinion, over Peraza or Cabrera and so on. So they will be aggressive next week, targeting guys, bats and arms that are out of options. So something to keep in mind. And I will keep you updated on that as well. So, but shout out to Beagle Dad. Duran is in the building. Sean Browning. Let's go. Let's go. They'll be right back, Nugget. They went right back. They'll be right back, buddy, okay? You can go watch Peppa. My little one's wondering where his sisters are. I think Peraza, Susan, I agree with you. I think Peraza will be part of a trade because he's out of options. And I like him, but his time, unfortunately, I think with the Yankees has passed. The time to use him, I should say, had passed. And 2 years ago, I was up for Peraza at short and Volpe at second, but Volpe beat him out in spring training for the shortstop job and won a Gold Glove, so he kind of solidified that spot. So, but he's in a year now where we need to see the next step from him. So, but I'm also encouraged by what I saw today with Volpe. So against Walker Buehler. So, and they're going to need to hit well against good pitching. And Judge is going to he's hitting like 100 this spring, Judge. So that double was definitely a good sign, right? And that's where we're at. That's where we're at. Okay, third base and starting depth. I mean, they have to finalize their bullpen. They have to finalize the bench, right? I do think, I think J.C. Escar and Ben Rice have all but locked up 2 spots already. The other 2, I don't know yet. Is it going to be Grisham? Is it going to be Oswaldo Cabrera? Is it going to be Dom Smith? We have no idea. I really don't know. So that's what's going to be. And this is one reason why they're targeting guys out of options next week because, like Jace Young from the Tigers got options yesterday. Now, I don't know if he's out of options or if he has one left. He might be out of options. So that's one guy who we've talked about earlier this offseason who could play third base. He's a young 24-year-old. His brother Josh with the Texas Rangers. He's got some power attached to his bat too. So that could be something. Andrew Velasquez too. I don't know if Andrew Velasquez is trade bait or not. He's giving these guys run for the money. He could be. I don't really know what his option situation is, but that's the NCAA. I'm going for St. John's in March Madness. St. John's and Duke for the Final Four. So those are my two teams I'm rooting for. Hey Aaron Bum, Mario, what's good? But not yet. A lot of tie games, but it's good to see that. It's just good to see the Yankees staying within these games and fighting that, and the guys that we need to see doing well are doing well. They didn't have a stacked lineup today. Well, Goldschmidt sat, some of the other guys sat, so Grisham sat, and that's okay. Oswaldo sat. So, what up, Dev? So it's going to be expect some moves next week. It's going to be a busy week. So anybody in here that's sub but your notifications are not turned on, make sure those bad boys are turned on. Because if moves happen, you're going to know about it pretty quickly. Okay, and you know about all of them. So I'm right 50-50 right now on Oswaldo Cabrera, in all honesty. I like his positional versatility, but is he going to – I don't know, man. Like, is he going to force them to cut Grisham? I don't think so. It's like, is it going to be Cabrera and Grisham? But then who's the other backup catcher? Right? I mean, Escara, he can get DH at bats. But then the other thing, too, is, if Escara and Rice make the team, then one of them will be on the bench and one of them won't be because the other one will probably be the full-time DH until Stanton comes back. So therefore, the other one's not going to be on the bench, so which leaves room for another guy. So it's going to be really interesting to see. What's up, Sports Talk? It's going to be really interesting to see who's going to occupy these last couple of spots on the bench. And even in the bullpen, we got some encouraging news on Jay Cousins, Mark Leiter, and some of these other guys. So Clark Schmidt. So we're down in the dumps with the news last week, but it's nice to have some encouraging news to kind of see that things are going to be okay with some of these guys. So Grisham actually took a pay cut, Duran. So, and like teams would be willing to probably trade for a guy like that who was only going to cost them $5 million to be a starting outfielder. So, but he's as good of a fourth outfielder as the Yankees can find right now. They can keep. What if he becomes part of a trade for an arm? I mean, I could see that because they've got Everson Pereira. They got this kid Brandon Jones too. It's Brandon Jones. I think it's Brandon Jones, who's also playing well. So, yeah, Judge, his bat looked better today. Hitting that double. He needs to hit the ball with authority. So, Verdugo, but Verdugo, there's no point in moving on from Grisham just so you can bring in Verdugo. It makes zero sense to him. You keep Grisham. And neither one of them's going to, even if Verdugo, he's not going to be a starter here anyway. Now that Dominguez is going to get the full-time spot. So, I mean, I don't know if Verdugo. I mean, he hasn't been offered a single major league job, so he might take less. I have no idea. I know he's not going to get a spot with the Yankees. There's no room for him here. There really is no room for him, unfortunately. So, but this, I do agree, Brandon, too. This division is going to be tight. I think it's going to be down to, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, the Blue Jays could play well. The Rays could play well. I mean, the Orioles could be sticking around, but I think it's going to be between the Yankees and Boston at the end of the day. So, dang, what's happening, my man? I don't know. I don't know if Verdugo will cost less or not. I mean, $5 million is probably the going rate. I mean, that's probably half of what Verdugo made last year. So, I don't know. You're not wrong to think that, NFE. I mean, I think he will play. I just don't know when. I don't expect to see him. I could be wrong too. I don't expect to see him until probably June. Yeah, that'd be my conservative, like ambitious estimate for Giancarlo Stanton. But you could be right; he could miss the whole season. But I think we'd have a better know-how if he would miss the season. We'd have better telltale signs. They would be more apparent at this point. We'd have better intel. That's whether he's going to miss the season or not. I don't know if he'll be the fifth starter, but I think Warren's going to make the rotation. Fourth or fifth, one of them. Yeah, hang on, buddy. Hang on. So I think it's going to be Warren and probably Carrasco. Carrasco, like I said yesterday, he has an opt-out on 22nd, which is Saturday. They have to guarantee a spot on the roster for him. Otherwise, he can ask to be released. He'll become a free agent, and he'll be picked up like that by another team, especially the way he's been pitching. So, yeah. No, I don't think Warren has anything to do with Schmidt. I think both of them are going to be in rotation. I mean, Schmidt's going to miss the first start. We know this. He's scheduled to make Madison. He's scheduled to make his second start April 3rd against the Diamondbacks. So he's going to miss the first round. So I could see Carrasco and Warren in there with Stroman, and then you have Fried and Rodon, and then probably a different one next time around. But we'll see. They might ease Warren in as well. They may have Carrasco in long relief in the bullpen. Just like the Mets have Paul Blackburn, who was a career starter. He's in the bullpen now. So Carrasco could be in the pen. But yeah, it's good news that 161 River Ave, SG Sports Talk, that's the original address of the house that Ruth built. The original Yankee Stadium. That's the address, the street address of the stadium. So I wanted to pay homage to the stadium. That's why I named it 161 River Ave. So, yeah, I mean, the Yankees, they can overcome this. I mean, they have to, it's got to be diligent with a little bit of luck. I mean, they've got to be smart about it, but, he what do you call it? I lost my train of thought. Warren's got, I don't know how many options he has, but he's pitched well enough to get a spot in this rotation. So, yeah, I can see. Yeah, same here. Same here, Stephen B. The long man spot starter for Carrasco. A swing guy. And it's something I've been talking about for years now. Spot starter, like long man, long relief guy. Guys, it serves it's an important security blanket between the rotation and the bullpen. And I'm surprised that not more teams have it. The Dodgers have it. Look at the depth that they have on the pitching side. They can withstand injuries because of all the depth they have. So that's something I would do. Have a couple of guys that are converted starters to be long relievers. 100%. 100% is what I'd have. 2 more options. All right. And that's the thing too. I mean, these guys get certain options. Once you're out of options, again, you have to either be up here and stay here, or you're going to be traded, and that's or released, and that's pretty much it. So, those are the options. Early, yeah, Davey. Well, it's just an afternoon game, and want to just get into it now because I won't have any time to do it, and I'll be working tonight. So, yeah, I mean. Stroman and Carrasco could basically alternate with each other, but I think it's kind of like if Stroman's healthy and you can utilize him, it's kind of a disservice to him to deprive him of his option of 2026. Otherwise, trade him to a team that will let him earn his option. Like I don't want to be, I don't want to do him dirty like the Pirates did with a couple of these guys, Rowdy Tellez, depriving him of a couple of at bats and let him miss his bonus. Like I don't want to do that. That's dirty, man. I hope the Yankees don't do that with Stroman. Like if he can't get a 140 legitimately, okay. But 140 is the vesting option, which triggers his 2026. So 7th and 8th stars. I mean, it's going to be one of those guys. Probably Cam Schlittler, Sean Boyle. There's a couple guys that are close. So. No, he's not on the IL. They're just skipping a start, Stephen B. Schmidt's not. He's starting. He's scheduled, and I got that update today too. He's scheduled to pitch on April 3rd, not the first round of the rotation, which starts March 27th, next week, next Thursday, the opening day for the Yankees. He's not scheduled until the second round, so he won't be on the IL as far as I know. Hmm. What do you mean? What's my opening day? Sports talk. What do you mean by that? Escara is going to be. I think Patrick. I think he's all but locked up the backup catcher position. And guys like Alex Jackson, he could be the third catcher. And even Baron Boone said, they don't have a problem going with three catchers. So you've got Ben Rice, who can basically rotate from DH to first base to catcher. You got Alex Jackson, who's an excellent framer too. So they have some decent depth at the backstop. My opening day lineup, I don't know yet. Sports, I don't know what the final roster is yet. So I won't go over my lineup until I see what the final roster is going to be. Because somebody could be had next week that will knock somebody out. So, yeah. The Yankees have to stay as healthy as possible. No, Susan, that's the intel I shared. I don't know if you heard when I got on. He's going to be aggressive next week, looking to acquire players that are out of options. So expect some either signings or trades next week. So the Yankees will be busy next week, Susan. So buckle up, get ready. And yeah, I would agree too. Stanton is likely to have a better, stat sheet this year because the infield defense has improved significantly. So, which is good. Yeah, as far as we know, he's going to skip the first round, and then the goal is to get him up to 75 to 80 pitches. So, if he misses the second round, I mean that's a good thing that they have Warren and Carrasco healthy. So, yeah, Stroman wanted to be. I don't have an issue with Stroman. I mean, I know the Yankees want to. He hasn't been a malcontent here. He gets along extremely well with his teammates. So, and again, the fact is, the defense did him dirty more often than not last year. So he did fall apart a little bit in the second half. I get it, but he could be a guy that you alternate him with Warren and Carrasco and figure that out. So we have. I don't know yet, Ken. Not sure. It depends on how much length we get from the starters. But I could see them bringing Cam Schlittler getting a shot, Sean Boyle getting a shot, because these guys throw multiple innings. These guys are throwing 3-4 innings at a pop. So, and this is where the long relief will come into play. And this is where Stroman or even Carrasco, he can get, he can maybe pitch twice a week, 4 innings a pop or something like that, to give the rotation a little bit of a break, to have that extra starter. So, but I mean, I hope they don't have to rely heavily on the bullpen. As long as the pitchers give them sufficient length, then we should be okay. But we'll see. And again, I think watch out for next week. I wouldn't be surprised if they add an arm who's like a converted starter who can give him long relief. And yeah, Jordan, he wanted to be a Yankee just like Cody Bellinger. So guys that want to be here, I like guys like that. Well, this is true too. Yeah, the defense and the bats did not come through. He had like a 2.80 ERA the first half of the season. So he was solid for half the season. So we need him to be better the second half now. Seems to be healthy, so yeah, Yamamoto threw five innings, and Imanaga threw 4. Imanaga threw 4 shutout innings, and Yamamoto threw 5 one-run innings in the game. So what is that, Sports Talk? That's not the opening day lineup, right? Because Stanton's not going to be in it. See, yeah, Stroman is a better first half pitcher. You're right about that. So yeah, he looked good today. He did look good today, Judge. So and so did yes. Well, we know is that opening day because we Stanton has 0% chance. He will not be in the opening day lineup. Sports talk. We know that already. He did walk 4 guys in Managa. What, buddy? Where is she? No, sports talk. I'm telling you now, Stanton's not going to be in the opening day lineup. We know this already. He's not playing. So Bellinger looks good. Goldschmidt looks good. Stanton will probably be back June, July, something like that, if we're lucky. If we're lucky. Now, Palvis, what's happening? Good afternoon. Eat in. Yeah, I hope so too, man. I want Judge to have a tour in October as well. Yeah. And close the door, buddy. I'm happy with Cody Bellinger, sports talk. I'm happy. He looks good here. Looks like he fits perfectly. I predicted him the other day. He was one of my Yankee predictions. I think he's going to get he'll hit 30 plus home runs this year for the Yankees. So Peraza, I mean, he could be. My guess is he's being either showcased or kept healthy, for potentially a trade. Like I said, they're going to be busy next week. They're going to be pursuing guys without options. So don't be surprised if Peraza gets traded next week. Do I have to travel before he gets to Yankee Stadium, Patrick? Well, if I'm in New York, I don't have to. If I'm in PA, I do. But it's just an Amtrak ride for me. I have three kids, sports talk. I have 3 daughters. Yeah, the Dodgers offense carried them last year. Their offense did. I mean, they had their pitchers were decimated. And then they got lucky at the deadline with Bueller and what do you call it at Jack Flaherty. So they got lucky. That's right, Beagle. My 3 princesses. But yeah, keep tacking that like button, everybody. Let's try to get to 100 likes, gang. If you don't mind, it's greatly appreciated. I think Bellinger's going to be a really good fit here. So, yeah, I mean, Dodgers had enough depth to run a lot of stars. Yeah, man, and they just had a ball, and they added. I mean, who did they add? Kirby Yates. They added freaking Tanner Scott. They added. I mean, they lost Flaherty. They lost Bueller, but they added Blake Snell. Like they added some depth. Goldie's back was just stiff, so Palvis. There's nothing wrong with him. He's fine. He'll be ready for opening day. Yeah, he's not an injury, Aaron. His back is just stiff, so he'll be fine for opening day. Goldschmidt, as far as we know right now, he'll be fine. But yeah, I mean the Dodgers loaded up on pitching this offseason, so the Dodgers payroll is about $375, I think, right now. Yeah, about $375. I think it's not including deferrals. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he looked good, man. Fried looked good today, Ken. He really did. Nice. Beagle. You get that exercising, get that fresh air, man. Fresh air, man. We could sports talk if you want. Do a preview show. Send me a message, man. I'll speak. Do they play the Giants this year? I have to look at the schedule. Do they play them? Yeah, 4 1/3. Freed looked good, man. I'm happy that he's right on track. Right on track. And he's spending. I'm saying he's spending quite a bit of time with Andy Pettit. So, which is going to play April 11th. Okay, April 11th. Got it. Always stay active, Big. I'm 6 a.m. every morning. I'm out there. I'm doing my thing. Whether it's like today was day of 1,000 kicks. Today's I work on my kicks today. So I do my stretching, and then I do a series of exercises to strengthen my hip and mobility and my core first to kind of get the muscles activated, and then I do my kicks. I do front, round, crescent, 360 jump spinning, axe, back kick, side kick, all that type of stuff. I do them aggressively. So, but I do a lot of strength training before I even start the kicks. So it's an intense about half hour of working out. What's going on here? The remote's not working. Oh well. Oh, wrong remote. There you go, buddy. I was using the wrong remote. Turning the TV to my left instead of the one on the right. There you go, buddy. 34 likes. I keep hitting them like buttons. Game. We got 60 people in here right now. It was a very good pickoff. 7-4-2 Sports Talk. 7-4-2. My daughters. Ron Guidry was filthy, man, and Randy Johnson had one of the most unhittable sliders I've ever seen too. Like it's just, and especially coming from a 6'10" angle, it's impossible to hit him. Not surprised he has multiple no hitters and a perfect game. No. Yeah. Yeah, man. But yeah, kicks are one of the things that I take a lot of pride in my kicks. I can do them super high, but there's no really need to do them. I keep my kicks generally from here down. I use my hands from there up. The higher you get your kicks elevated, especially if someone who's not used their hands like NFE, they can intercept my kicks. So you lose power, the higher your kicks are. Unless you're really accurate, you can can clock somebody with a roundhouse really quickly. But moose knuckle curve, love the moose knuckle curve. Absolutely. Exactly. Randy Johnson's slider did come off 100-mile-an-hour, which makes it impossible to hit. Impossible to hit. So I go for the above the knee side kick, NFE. Either to the midsection, the ribs, or right above the knee. Just crack that leg. Yeah. I saw the Happy Gilmore 2 trailer. I did see that. For those that don't know, Happy Gilmore 2 is coming out. It's going to be on Netflix. So for those that have Netflix, get ready. I think it's coming out in July. So Happy Gilmore 2. It was the most unhittable, that's for sure. They're on that cutter from Mo. He had one pitch that really nobody can hit. I didn't get up early to see the Japan game, Wink. I didn't watch the game. I got up and did my training, my workout. So, what would my walk-up song be if I was the Yankees? Oh man, that's a good question. Dave Righetti. I was at his no-hitter, July 4th. I was at Dave Righetti. He no-hit the Red Sox, and Wade Boggs was his last out. What would be my walk-up? Probably. I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. I'm gonna need a day. To come up with that one. Yeah, and if you catch somebody in the right spot, catch somebody in the right spot, man, you could really take somebody out. Like I've taken people down with body shields, holding the big body shields, and I'm doing side kicks. I've broken a couple ribs through the body shields, but that's I want my sidekick to be better than Joe Rogan's, so he's got a nasty sidekick. Yeah, Dave Regay. I've been lucky. I've been to Jim Abbott's no hitter. I was at David Cohn's perfect game. I was at David Wells. I was at Dwight Gooden's no hitter. So I've been really lucky to be to a lot of these games. So. As well, prize that. Okay, appointment with an eye doctor. All right, makes sense. Rogan's he's got a spinning back kick that's just to die for. To absolutely die for. Okay, buddy. Will be used in the regular season. These reviews, these pitch reviews. I don't know. Wink. I think they're working on it, and they'd like to get it in the majors, but I don't know if it's going to happen this year. They still have some things that I think they need to kind of iron out, some kinks they need to iron out, but I could see that like this, challenge this ball, challenge this, challenge that. I mean, it seems to be working so far. So Empire State of Mind by Jay-Z. Okay. Yeah, his spinning back kicks are nasty, man. His spinning back kicks are absolutely nasty. There's a song. The Sound of Silence, the Cyril remix. That's one of them. Buckeye is in the building. The King of Texas is here, my friend. That's one song I would probably come out to. I think of some other songs. What, buddy? Oh, okay, Daddy will get it. I'll get it, buddy. Don't worry. That's cat puke. It's okay, buddy. I'll clean it. My little one's telling me it's cat puke on the floor. But so gang, if you haven't heard, the Yankees are going to be busy next week. They're going to be targeting players in trades who are out of options. So I got that bit of intel today, and so expect some signings or moves or guys that might be get DFA, might be optioned out. Don't be surprised if somebody like Dom Smith gets cut. And don't be surprised. Dom Smith's had a good spring, but I don't know. I think Ben Rice has a little edge on him. So has the edge on him right now. Cleaning out the litter box. Yeah, right. Yeah, that's right. But to Tracy, who's Tracy, Aaron? Cat puke. It could be one of our trade targets. Yeah, it could be. I think at the 20 Montana. Listen to that song, "The Sound of Silence" by Cyril, the Cyril remix. That would be one of my songs. Relay. And let me see if I could play it for really quickly without being hit with a copyright. Where the hell is it? I have it on my phone here. Once I get to the song once I get to the part I want you to see it. So Tracy Morgan. What happened to Tracy Morgan? Something happened to him at the Knicks game? Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure. Let's see. Tracy Morgan. He had food poisoning after vomiting on Madison Square Garden floor. He had food poisoning. Yeah, I can see it right here. He falls ill during the next game, food poisoning, and he's taken away in a wheelchair. So he puked on the Madison Square Garden floor. So, yeah. So this would be part of the walk up right here at Sports Talk. Ready? That would be one of my walk ups. That would be it right there. That worked. That remix is just crazy good. Crazy good. So, yeah. Baptizing. Yeah. Yeah, that's my song right there. Sports Talk. I love that song. That remix is just fire too. Absolute fire. You could see. I mean, you probably could, and if you could see me, kind of whopping my way to the plate or something like that. I could add a little pepper to the walk up. Yeah. Yeah. Like the first. Yeah. Yeah. I could do. I could do that. I could definitely do that. Yeah. Russ Simon Gar. Oh yeah. All right, Beagle. I'll look at it afterward. Peraza is out of options, so exactly, and we'll know next week whether he's going to make the team or whether he's going to get traded or released. So I think Haktua Buck. Shit. Oh my god. Somebody said the Stone Cold. Yeah, Stone Cold. That's a good walk up too with the breaking glass. Yeah. Yeah. Thunderstruck. Thunderstruck, huh? Okay. Eye of the Tiger. Nice. Nice. Um, there's another song. Let me see if I can pull it up here. I'll look for it right now really quickly. This one's for you, Anthony. Hang on, let me pull it up here. This Eminem. That would be my other walk-up song right there. Those two songs would be my walk-ups right there. Mm-hmm. And then if I was in a fight and I would walk to a ring, I would have a different walk-up song. A different walk-up song. No. That's right. But yeah, so the Dodgers, for those who don't know, they beat the Cubs today in the opening game of the season. They're starting their season a week early, but they're going to go back to some spring training games. It was just, I don't know why baseball scheduled the Japan series. Or why I understand too, because when you come back, there's going to be quite a bit of jet lag too. They need to kind of get back into the groove before the season starts. So I can see that too. Tiesto, love Tiesto. Oh, the album, yeah, dude. Yeah. I saw Eminem live at the Radio City Music Center. He came out with like 100 guys dressed like him, singing Slim Shady a bunch of years ago. It was at the MTV Music Awards or it was the Grammys or something like that. I was there with my mom. And that was the coolest thing I've ever seen. He had two guys coming down on both aisles. They all came up with him. That was the coolest. If you've never seen it, just Google Eminem Slim Shady Radio City. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Video Music Awards. Yep. That's what it was. But it was at Radio City. I'll never forget it. He had a white tank top. The rest of the guys had jeans and white T-shirts. He unbelievable. Unbelievable. He went from that to I Am What I Say I Am. He just tore this. I've been to him. I've been to the VMAs. Yeah, I've been to the Grammys. I've been to the Academy Awards. My mom used to work in the entertainment industry for about 30 years, so I've been to all of them. But yeah, that was the coolest live performance I've ever seen, like at a show, at an award show. That was fire, like crazy fire. Oh, yeah. But I mean, I like, Pour Some Sugar on Me by Def Leppard. Love that song. A couple other songs that I really like too. But those two that I mentioned before, those would be my walk-ups. In a steel cage match, another one for NFE here. All right. This would probably be one of my here we go. Yeah. Ice Cube. Yeah, that song right there. Oh boy, just absolute fire. I'd be walking down with a death stare down to the cage. Yep. Right, NFE? That would be just like prepare to get crushed, man. Yeah, I appreciate that. Anybody that's not so subscribed or hitting the like button, please do that. It's greatly appreciated. Yeah, man, that would be my. I would want to have something that would be just like running through my body as I'm walking down. Because if I'm, yeah, yeah, it's just that would be, I haven't fought in a bunch of years, but last time I did, I hurt a guy, which is why I haven't. Another reason why I haven't fought last time since then. So, Immigrant Song, so many good songs, man. Enter Sandman. If you haven't seen Enter Sandman, go to Google and write Enter Sandman 1.6 million. They played in front of 1.6 million fans in Moscow, Russia. That song, Enter Sandman, was unbelievable. In front of 1.6 million people. You see it. It's like, holy God. The Russia show. Yup, Word Lifer. Moscow, Russia. And had that big explosion in the beginning. That was so freaking cool. So freaking cool. I love Enter Sandman. It's a great song. It is Forevermore's song. There was another pitcher who came out to Enter Sandman. I don't know if you guys know who it was. Also a closer. Mm-hmm. Yep. Billy Wagner, the former closer of the Phillies and the Mets, he used to come to Enter Sandman too. Yep. Yeah, I don't know if it was Fat Joe. I mean, we had such a bad vibes already that with what was going on, and yeah, Wagner. That's right, Susan. Such a, it's been bad vibe ever since then, but for other reasons. But yep, Hell's Bells, Trevor Hoffman. Yep, all well-deserved walk-up songs. Just epic walk-up songs, man. Just Billy Wagner, yeah. No, he's a Hall of Fame Billy Wagner, baby. He did use it before Mo, but Mo trademarked that bad boy. He made it his own thing, man. Yep. Timmy Trumpet. Oh God. Is that the one with Edwin Diaz? Oh, that's like the worst level. That's the worst entry song ever. That the Diaz one. At least in my opinion, but whatever. Yeah. The Sleeper Walkout song. They had a couple of good. Yeah, Edwin Diaz. That's just. I guess it's fitting for him, but it doesn't do anything for me. So, yeah, Joe Torre's kind of helping Yankees. He's an advisor there. So is Pettit. Clemens was there for a little while. Quite a few of these other guys were there too. Didi Gregorius was there as a coach / advisor, so helping with the young kids. So it's good to see these guys. It's good to see them there. Yeah. PED era stars. Yeah. You know what? Maybe, but it's going to be past their 10-year. I know that they're changing some of the criteria now too in terms of that Hall of Fame eligibility. So, but like guys like Roger Clemens, he never failed a drug test. You know, they took it to Congress. He won every lawsuit in the courts. Like even the guy that tried to say, he gave him the needles and all the stuff was discredited. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not sure. Yeah, Bernie in there, William Camp. Oh yeah, all those guys. Paul O'Neill. Yeah, yeah. Bonds didn't make it. Bonds never failed a test either. But I mean, Bonds, his physical appearance, changed dramatically. Clemens was always a big guy. Bonds, like I use the comparison when he came into baseball with the Pirates, he looked like me. He was about 175 pounds soaking wet. When he left, he looked like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. He was gigantic when he left. So there was a dramatic transformation of his body. Give me 1 second. My girls can't get in the house. They're locked out. Hang on, girls. All right, girls. Sorry, guys. You want your what? What is that? Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Close the door, buddy. They just like leaving. Canseco got busted. He got busted a couple times juicing. Pete Rose, he was an awful man, but he was one of the best players ever, one of the best hitters ever. He's a terrible person, but there were other players who were terrible person that were terrible people who were in the Hall of Fame too. So, but I don't do any any connection to underage kids. I don't want anything to do with that. Like, so that's just that's right, Buckeye Girl that time. Ty Cobb was a terrible person too. But as a player, Pete Rose belongs in the Hall of Fame. There's no doubt about that. Yeah, Poppy and Manny. Manny got popped a couple times. Poppy got popped, but Poppy also was beloved by players and everybody else, and his personality got him in the Hall of Fame too. He was also one of the most clutch players in our generation too. So he gambled on his own. Yeah, but that's okay. Ty Cobb, man. Like Ty Cobb was like a white supremacist. Like he was just crazy. Ty Cobb. He's a very dirty player too, but he was one of the best 5 hitters of all time, I think. So yeah, we'll see if Pete Rose gets an opportunity at some point. But may he rest in peace, but you'll never see it, unfortunately. Ty Cobb, Ted Williams, like those guys were in another level on their own. And Ted Williams, and he missed 3 seasons for the war, and he still came back to be a MVP super duper player. So it's all good sports talk. So it's okay to talk about other players. There's a lot of baseball fans in here, and we talked about the Yankees for the first half an hour. So it's not going off the rails, sports talk. We talk about baseball. Going off the rails, we'll be talking about politics for the next half hour, which we're not going to do. Other channels like to do that. We don't. So DiMaggio missed time for war. Ted Williams. There's so many players that missed time for war. And all credit to these guys. Like Ted Williams missed 3 whole seasons. He still had 500+ home runs. Like unbelievable, man. Unbelievable, man. I got you, sports talk, man. I think Bernie Williams also a deserves consideration for the Hall too. Yeah, exactly, Devon. 3 prime seasons. Yeah. Yeah, Brooklyn. Yeah. Polo Grounds went to LA. Yep, yep, yep. Talking point. Damn right, Stephen B. Yeah. Sports talk. If we can make that happen, man, I'd be happy to, man. Yeah, Bernie. I met Don Mattingly. He was one of the coolest guys ever. Coolest guys ever. Um, he actually came to a Broadway show that I was at, and what's up, buddy? He came to a Broadway show I was at, and a guy I know was working a bar, and Don Mattingly went and got some soda and some snacks and whatever, and he wanted to pay the guy, and the guy was like, "No, you're Don Mattingly, man, my favorite baseball player. Your money's no good here." Mattingly he greatly appreciated. He took out 500s and just put $500 in his jar as a tip in his cup. So straight up gentleman, straight up 100% gentleman. Yeah, buddy, it's okay. Yes, he did. He lost 3 seasons to World War II. Could you imagine? Like, yeah, I mean, he missed multiple seasons to combat, and he still hit 500 plus home runs. Like that to me, he's in the top 5 for me. Ted Williams, top 5 ever in history. Him, Ty Cobb, Babe Ruth, are like those guys are there in the top 3. No, Bernie. Yeah, Bernie was. I think was probably of all the guys that were here with the Yankees, probably the most clutch of all the Yankees playoff hitters in the time that he played. So, top 5 sports movies of all time: Hoosiers, Rudy, Field of Dreams, The Natural. Remember the Titans. Major League too. Yeah, that's up there too, Deron. Yeah, that's a tie for me. Major League. I like Major League too. Swisher was clutch too. Caddyshack. Is that really a sports movie, Caddyshack? Rudy, yeah. Hoosier to me is the best sport. I mean, Hoosiers to me is the best sports movie ever made. I could watch Hoosiers 100 times, and I probably have. I mean, I like Bull Durham too. Yeah. Um, Rudy, man. 61 is another good movie. I mean, there's movies I didn't mention too, like For Love of the Game with Kevin Costner, like The Sandlot. There's kids movies, like a lot of great movies that Any Given Sunday, football, like so many good. Bad News Bears, League of Their Own, exactly. There's a lot of great movies. All right, Stephen B. It's hard to narrow them down to 5. 42, Chadwick Boseman, another super cool dude, one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. Yeah. Yeah. And for those that don't know, he had his college paid for by Denzel Washington. He volunteered. Draft Day, I love too. That's a great movie. Felicia Rashad, Claire Huxtable was helping funding kids through the Boys and Girls Club in New York, and Denzel Washington got involved, and he picked a kid, which happened to be Chadwick Boseman. He paid for his college. Another super nice guy, Denzel Washington, one of the coolest guy I've ever met. Ted Williams was a fighter pilot. Yeah, just the guys were bad replacements. You guys, oh my God, you're taking me back here. With Gene Hackman, another. I mean, like, oh my God. The fighter, Rocky, like Rocky 1 and Rocky 2 are probably the best Rocky movies. Just yeah. We did this over. We had a live panel once, and we went over our top 10 sports movies, and then we went over our top 10 movies of all time. Denzilla's a big time Yankee fan. We got to keep it interactive. Sports Talk. It's you guys and gals that make this channel great, not me. So I think being interactive is fun. It's important. Cinderella Man or Russell Crowe. Oh my God, Russell Crowe. Right? And then how's the movie? Robert De Niro played Jake LaMotta. Raging Bull. Is it Raging Bull? Longest Yard. The first one with Burt Reynolds. The second one was pretty funny with Adam Sandler. Also with Burt Reynolds. Pride of the Yankees. Gary. Oh my God. You guys are taking us back big time here. But thank you for doing it. Creed. Love the Creed movie. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Calls you a legend, the star. Nice, Sports Talk. Nice. You're a legend, dude. You're a legend here, man. Crimson Tide. I just saw Crimson Tide 2 days ago. Sean Bryan. That's two of the greatest of all time. Two of the greatest of all time together in a movie. Like heavy hitters, man. 8 Men Out. Road to Glory. The basketball one, right? Yeah. The Rookie. Buckeye. The Rookie, yeah. Heck yeah. Hackman's speech, yeah. I mean, there's so many speeches like I don't know if you've seen We Are Marshall, another great movie. Matthew McConaughey's speech before the last game. That was a great speech. Field of Dreams, man. Kevin Costner. Costner done a couple of great movies too. Great sports movies. All baseball too. Yeah. I appreciate that, sports. So I think it's important, like, honestly, I think it's important to stay grounded and important to just stay, I'm just a regular dude like everybody else, right? Kurt Russell, another one, The Miracle, the hockey game. Yeah, Kurt Russell's speech. Great moments, right? Great opportunities. That's what you have in your, that's what you've earned, boys. That's right. Since Story James. Yeah, man. Appreciate the kind words, Sports Talk. It's important to just be a regular dude, right? And I was at a what was it called? 1,000 car, something like that in the Lehigh Valley a couple months ago. And somebody who's a fan of the channel actually came up to me and pointed it out. I said, damn, my first person that actually watches the channel. Is really cool. Really cool. James Earl speech. Yeah, man. Yeah. That speech in Field of Dream. My God. Just a bit. Ball 4. Ball 8. Ball. Dawn Periscope. Oh, man, I haven't seen that movie. I have to see it again, Dawn, to get a better perspective on. I don't know enough about it to give you an educated opinion. Same here, Sports Talk. Just a regular dude grinding, making contact, man. Just trying to make a difference. Just trying to, help people enjoy baseball, man, and enjoy sports and football now too. So, I know that the Pittsburgh Steelers are getting impatient with Aaron Rodgers right now. So, because he's still not deciding what to do over there. So, and nothing yet. So, Sam, I know the Giants have just signed Russell Wilson already, but whatever. Mighty Ducks, hockey movie, yeah, man. What's the other one? The Little Giants with Rick Moranis, a young football movie. That was a great movie. Lehigh Valley, yeah, man. We were out in was it Bethlehem? 1,000 Cars. Was it Cars and Coffee? What was it called? Cars and Coffee. That was cool, man. Great song, The Natural. I love The Natural. Yeah, see, Rogers just like pussyfooting right now. He's just what are you doing, dude? Stop playing. Like, just It's like he's stringing teams along. He's like, the guys are gonna just wind up signing other people and trading for someone else, and you're gonna be unemployed. So we will quack you. Yeah, man. But I think Aaron Rodgers' time. I'm glad he's not coming back to the Jets. I'll just say it. I'm glad they got what do you call it? Justin Fields. Brigadier General in U.S. Air Force, James Stewart. Nice. John Madden, he did. Yeah, I mean, Ed O'Neill was Rick Moranis's who's Al Bundy. He's Rick Moranis's brother on Little Giants too. So Madden and Summerall and the replacements, yeah. Roger Clements in the movie Cobb. Roger Clements was also in Dumb and Dumber. In like the like a diner or something like that. Kick his ass, Seabass. He was in Dumb and Dumber. He had a cameo in Dumb and Dumber. Buckeye, hey man, I'm excited, Buckeye, that we got a Buckeye to pair with another Buckeye, Garrett Wilson. Now he's going to have Justin Fields to throw to him. I'm happy with that pairing. I'm very happy with that pairing. So, fumble Brewski. Yeah. Yeah, I'm very happy with the Buckeye combination that my Jets have in tow now. So I'm excited to see what these guys can do. I'm quite excited. Whoop. Reminds me of The Longest Yard when they're tossing Emmett to what's his name? Oh my God, Michael Irvin and the hip hop artist who's played the running back in Longest Yard. Drawing a blank. Whoop. Angels in the End Zone. Air Bud. Yeah, it's old school movies, man. Old school movies. Now give me your why. That's a great scene. I'm just kidding, man. Yeah. But that's what we got, gang. Son John is going to be at the NFL drafting. Oh, nice. I was at the draft when it was here in Philly. I want to try to go back to the draft again. But you got to enjoy that draft. That's a hell of an experience, Ken. Your son's going to have a lot of fun there. A lot of fun. Gentlemen, this is a football. Yeah. Summertime ski row. Love it. Chris Berman. Cam. I like Berman. I think Ben Rice has Hector. I think he's the leading job to be the starting DH right now, and JC Escar is the leading job to get the backup catcher role. I think right now. We'll see. We have a week, and if you haven't heard, the Yankees are going to be aggressive next week in the free agent and the trade market, going after players without options, or out of options, I should say. Tom Smith might be. I don't know. He might get cut. He's had a hell of a spring too. He's batting over 300 too. So it'd be it's going to be. I would like to be a fly on the wall next week, but I would hate to be one of those guys having to make these decisions. But I do think Ben Rice has the edge right now with Dom Smith. He's younger. He's got yeah, they're on. I think he's got the edge. Plus, he has versatility. He can catch. But go have a great rest of your day, everybody. Okay? Make sure you come back in a little while, Cookies, all right? We got to get a bath in a little bit. All right? Spencer Jones, I think so. I think Spencer Jones will be here long term. I think he'll be here. So, yeah, I think he should be here. But we'll see. But have a great day, everybody. Go enjoy the rest of your day. Peace and love to all of you. Hit the like button on the way out if you haven't done that yet. And thank you so much, everybody. Love you guys and gals. Over now.